But we've got everybody here, so let's get things rolling. We've got Nola Flight Smoke taking on the Muffin Men and taking a look at things on the Nola Flight side. We've got Cable God and Grand Huevos taking on JLPV and Chilton over on the other side. And if I have any mispronunciations, can you guys please correct me? But early on, off the kickoff, didn't even get a chance to get into the game. We've got Chilton getting the early shot off the sidewall. What an angle there for that one. It's going to lead for the first goal in that top 90. So a quick 1-0 start here for the Muffin Men. So how will Nola Flight respond? Chilton is going to take this one off. Back wall. Going to be dropped down here for Cable God. So we saw 3v3 in the match before. 2v2 is going to be a much different animal for those of you unfamiliar with Rocket League. This pace might be a little bit slower. You might see some more solo opportunities coming out as there's more space on the field. We see Grand Huevos take a touch. It's going to be popped up for Cable God. Good shot, Chilton. He's going to send this one downfield. Good touch there to get that one past. And that's going to be a second quick goal here for the Muffin Men. A really good start for them. We'll see if they can keep this momentum rolling. Taking advantage, just a little bit of extra speed to the ball on those goals on both scores here early on for them. There's still time, by the way. You can put in your channel points to see your prediction if you want to vote for Nola Flight Smoke or if you're voting for the Muffin Men. You can make a prediction here in the chat. Cable God takes control up the sidewall. Big pinch. It's going to go all the way over to Chilton. We're going to have Grand Huevos go up. It's going to be dropped right down here midfield. Here comes Cable God. Shot. Tries to get the half volley. It's going to be stopped by Chilton. Chilton trying to take control. Can't get the ball to slow down enough to have the possession. It's going to stay here around midfield. Cable God tries to intervene there. The post steps up for a big save. Cable God takes a big breath of relief as they head downfield. Off the back wall. It's going to be Grand Huevos with it. Able to intercept on JLPV. PV sends that one towards the corner. Cable God going to take control. And right now, it seems like the Muffin Men just kind of going speed and just quick touches as he demos right in front of the net. But JLPV missed the contact on the ball. It was going to be a free goal, but no free ones here. They don't want the easy ones, apparently. It's going to be Grand Huevos. Good touch here off the sidewall. It's going to go towards the back. Chilton able to make contact and take control of it. A little bit of a breeze from both sides. Both players missing contact with the ball. JLPV passes it back to Chilton. Goes for the pinch as he sees Huevos going straight for him. Get a good challenge there. Trying to force the play. Chilton sends it over to JLPV. JLPV looking for the defender. Doesn't take contact with the ball. It was a good pass, though. That is for sure. Chilton had a phenomenal setup there. Cable God off the ceiling. Trying to go for the block. Cable God. Oh, my goodness. Talk about play of the night. That might be it. He goes off the ceiling, gets a beautiful block on Chilton. And that's going to be the first goal here for Nola Flight Smoke. And get some hype in the chat for that one. That is a phenomenal play. Set that one up all the way down on his own end to be able to get that block. It's going to be a shot opportunity going across the net and not going to lead to anything there. Grand Huevos stops it in midfield, but Chilton right back on top of it. Cable God has to get up. Good save. Keeping this one at a 1-goal game as we cross halftime in game number 1. Grand Huevos waiting on the near post. He's going to be able to pick up the boost, but the ball is going to go to possession of JLPV. Good touch, though, sending it around the net. Cable God off the side wall. Looks to get this one downfield. Good touch, but it's not going to be enough to get behind Chilton. Into the corner it goes. Chilton sends good pinch right in front of the net, but Grand Huevos is there waiting. And the defense now, you see both sides really getting that rotation, starting to get set up on defense. That's one thing you don't want, as a bump prevents that from happening. It's like I'm saying and it's happening. Grand Huevos there, phenomenal play. The solo play, that bump just annihilates PV to tie it up there. So a quick start from the Muffin Men. Took a little bit of a grind there, but Nola Flight brings this one back to even. So with 1:50 to go, it's almost like a brand new game here. Game number 1. Grand Huevos goes for the block. Can't get that car up for it. Muffin Men sent it downfield. Misplay there by Nola Flight. Thankfully, Grand Huevos is there for it. Gonna try and head downfield still. PV can't get it through, man. That is a soft touch. How did Chilton save that on the goal line? It looked like the ball was in, but all it took was a sliver for him to get in there and make that save. So they keep this one tied up as we get close to the minute mark. Cable God touches that one. It's going to be double commit there with Bron Huevos. Thankfully, this ball's a soft hit there by Chilton. It's an easy save there for Cable God. Used everything he had to get there. Good pass into the middle of the field. Shot is going to be close on target. Chilton's going to have to make that touch anyway. Runs out of boost. PV tries to clear it out. Shot by Cable God. Double commit. It's going to make the save. Big 50 to clear that one all the way downfield. And so Bron Huevos and Cable God going to have to reset here to try and attack once more. We're still looking for that golden goal, or what could be the golden goal as it floats across the nets. It's going to be just a bit too far for Cable God to make a play. Pass back from Cable God to Bron Huevos, but he was not in position for a pass there. You see Cable God try and get control. Good touch by Chilton to intercept any attempt at an offensive attack. JLPV with control now. Takes a slow approach to it. Just lets the ball drop down. Takes that 50. Cable God, solo opportunity. Tries to go up with it, but Chilton able to send it over to PV, who takes it downfield. Has some boost to play with. Little to no time left. Gets the pop, and 8 seconds left on the clock. The Muffin men jump back ahead. Good slow play by PV. And that's tough. If you're Cable God, what do? Do you attack and let him take that approach? Or do you wait and see if he's shooting or passing or just going for the solo play? But that's phenomenal move by PV to give them the edge here with now 5 seconds left. The ball in the zone of the Muffin men. Big 50 by Cable God. Bron Huevos keeps it alive. Can they keep it up, though? It's not going to hit that corner the way they want. So Muffin men take game number 1 in a nail-biting fashion. 8 seconds left on the clock. And that was one heck of a first game here for 2v2. Fireworks back and forth, big plays, big saves. And one thing that kind of is interesting to see the approaches from both sides. You saw Nola Flight for a while trying to go for the more aggressive style. Muffin men, they were going for more just big passes downfield, big sends, and then just trying to follow up. So coming forward here for game number 2, what kind of style are we going to see? Are we going to see more of team passing? Are we going to see solo plays? Nola Flight for a while was trying to set up some of those solo plays. So as we go forward, it's going to be a lot about strategy. 2v2, especially with how these guys are playing, it's a lot. It's very, very neck and neck. When you look at the stat line, it's very even. 8 shots for Nola Flight to the 7 of the Muffin men. 5 saves for the Nola Flight for the 3, I think it was, of the Muffin men. So it's going to be a really close match. I could see this one going all the way to 5, especially since the fact that is the first game loss all season long for Nola Flight. Can they now return the favor and hand the Muffin men their first game loss? Game number 2 underway here. Kickoff is going to go back to Chilton. Good controlled first touch. Going to go for the half volley touch. It's going to be a pop, and Cable God, not sure what he was going for there, but it doesn't work as he ends up missing the ball. Yeah, he tries to go for the squishy save, just can't get off the top of the net enough. And so it leads for the easy shot there on the right-hand side. And the Muffin men, just like game number 1, get out to a quick start here in game number 2. PV looks for that upper 90. Can't get that one through. Nola Flight you just like to take their time. It's like a fine wine. It gets better with age, right? Broadway. I guess I shouldn't make that reference. There's some people that are underage here. Sorry about that. Chilton's going to send that one to the side. Cable God takes a shot. It's going to be wide there. PV. PV's going to send that one around. And it's not going to work there. Now it's going to be PV sending that one downfield. Bron Huevos is going to try and meet this one in the corner. Who's going to win the race? It will be Huevos. Gets that extra touch. Cable God now following this one into the corner. He's going to try and drop it down for Huevos. Huevos comes in for the shot opportunity. The post makes a massive save. A third man stepping up once more on the Muffin men's side. It's going to be Chilton sending this one to the corner. Gets around one defender. Can he beat Cable God? Going to roll up the side. Not going to drop that one down to the front. Cable God sends that one away. It's going to be a big send. Peavy with it off the back wall. Not going to be able to get that shot. Chilton will follow up. The post makes another stop. So Cable God trying to clear this one out. Ground Huevos is there. Shot's going to roll along the bottom. It's going to be Chilton sending one away here, but now the pressure's still on Nola Flight. Man, yes, we're right. Nola Flight does start off slow, but man, they're warming up pretty quickly here. It's going to be a shot by Huevos. Going to lead into the back of the net. High time on the clock, 3:14. 1-1 your score. And the pressure just consistent. Finally able to break that defense from the Muffin men. But the Muffin men have done a phenomenal job on the defensive end, sending aside what were 3 shots to that point before giving up the first goal. So here comes Gran Huevos. Gets around one, got around another, but didn't have control of the ball. Big bump here. Chilton has an easy look at the net. Gran Huevos can't get back in time. So the Muffin men, after giving up that goal, are quick to respond. That's just some unfortunate play there with boost management really coming into play. It's hard on the kickoffs. If you have nothing, you really have to make the most of what you have. And we saw losing control of the ball, unfortunately, led to giving up that goal. Another opportunity here is it's going to roll right in front of the net. Gran Huevos will get there first. You saw Chilton kind of backing up. Oh, no. Almost a pinball play there coming out for Nola Flight. But thankfully, it is wide and for the Muffin men. Cable God tries to go for this pinch there. Not going to get that one far enough. It was a good attempt, though. Chilton gets bumped off the ball. Cable God goes for the solo play. Loses the ball, though. It was a good setup. He's going to go again, though, passing it across. Gran Huevos right underneath of him, though. And so now it's a full retreat back. Good stop by Cable God, buying themselves a little bit of time. They both go for the same boost. That is a big oops there, as it's going to go off the back wall. JP Levy and Chilton both trying to approach the same space. And so both sides having some teamwork mistakes when it comes to occupying the same area. And even if it is just capitalizing on one of these mistakes, we could have seen a goal either way within the past 30 seconds. But oh no, we've got a roll 1. So this went from a 2v2 down to a 1v1. We've got Cable God and Chilton still alive in this one. Cable God trying to take control. Goes for the dribble. Has it, but it's going to be taken off by Chilton. Chilton trying to send that downfield. Misses the touch. Oh, the demo by Cable God. Wide open. Is going to... Oh, no, he had the open look. He had the open net and sent it too far wide. Chilton another way. He's going to get it wide. You can get a prime look there at the Rule 1. It's going to be sent out the other way by Chilton. Both players going real fast. You're trying to just outspeed the other, and it's not quite working. Cable God will take this one off the side wall. Interesting approach here, going for the air dribble. Doesn't have control of it. Going to go up again, but Chilton sends that one deep downfield. And right now, if you're the Muffin men, you're kind of enjoying this. You're up 2-1 with a minute to go. If you're Nola Flight, you're really hoping Cable God can break through Chilton's defense. No boost for Cable God. Just has to play that 50. It's going to bounce down in a little bit of an awkward spot here for Chilton. He's actually not going to keep the pressure on. Waits for the touch, and actually, a good idea as it almost led to a goal. Cable God makes the stop. He should have full boost here as it's right on the side for him. Picks it up, goes for the dribble, goes for the flick. It's going to be a Goomba stop on Chilton. And they tie it up with 32 seconds to go. Phenomenal play by Cable God. Got the control. It was a high enough flick, but then the landing there. That is enough to throw off any timing for Chilton. And also, the massive respect. Massive respect for holding that Rule 1 for, what? It was almost, it was like a 2-minute Rule 1 almost. So now with a tied game, I mean, we've been in this scenario already once in this series. Tied with about 18 seconds now to go. Muffin men looking to take the win again. They scored with 8 seconds to go the last time. Not going to get that one through. Cable God shot is high. Trying to send it one more time. This is the last attempt. Goes for the block. Holy cow. Cable God with the block with 0 seconds. Wins it on the golden goal opportunity. JP Levy got a good touch to clear it out, but just right place, right time for Cable God. And that is going to be a tied series here now going into game number 3. And man, I know we talk about play of the night. We had a great play with the block in game number 1 that led to a goal on the Muffin men's side. Now, sorry, it was Nola Flight that did it. They do it again. Cable God gets a phenomenal block there, right there to send it to game number 3, tied up 1 apiece. And now taking a look, I mean, the stats, kind of hard to take them with full value, because when I look at stats, I always kind of look at shots. How do the shot totals add up? Assists, are they passing around? Are the shots on target when it comes to making saves? Things like that. But when it comes to having a Rule 1, especially as long as it was, you can't really like focus in on that, because of the fact that it went from being a 2v2 to you're really playing a 1v1 game, and it's different styles. Everybody really has different approaches to 1v1. Some players are more skilled in it, and some are not as skilled. But this is now back to 2v2. We've got all players full force, and Granhuevo starts things off really quickly. We have had each game so far get a goal within the first 30 seconds. But this time, Nola Flight is the first one to score. It's the first time in the series they've gotten on the board first. Kickoff stalled out. Shot opportunity by JLPV. Unable to score that one, though, as he had an open net. Look, Granhuevos cannot make contact. Chilton will step in to score that one. So Muffin Men, anytime Nola Flight scores, they're right there to respond. And they do it yet again. So only 17 seconds off the clock. We've already got a 1-1 game. How high can we fly at this point? Both games, though, so far have been 3-2. Will we follow that trend? Shot opportunity is stopped by Chilton right off the post. Now here comes Cable God. He's gotten a block, so has Granhuevos. Both have led to goals. It's going to be open the other way. PV slows it down. An interesting approach. He decided to go for the slow play. A demo there took out Chilton. They're not able to capitalize on the Nola Flight end, though. Here comes Chilton taking it downfield. It's going to be Granhuevos chasing him down. Can't get the demo. And looks like Cable God able to at least clear to the side a little bit. JLPV's going to go all the way around. He's going to do a wraparound. Or at least try to. Can't get it to go full around. Pass over to Chilton from PV. Chilton, good touch. Doesn't have the boost to follow. But if it drops to him, he might be able to take a shot. Follows it up beautifully. Gets the block on Cable God's clear. And hits that one right where Mom hides the cookies in the top 90. So off the kickoff now, less than, just over a minute off the clock, sorry. It's going to be 2-1 lead for the Muffin Men. They start to pick up the aggression. As you see, Chilton goes in for the demo, leaves it wide open for JLPV. And that is a play Woody would be proud of for sure. As a full send, you see Chilton just goes straight for the defender. Doesn't even give him a chance to go for the ball. And it sets up PV beautifully. So 3-1 now the score. Still plenty of time, and I feel like this one's going to be a massive scoring game because we've already got 4 goals on the board in a minute and a half. The fake kickoff does not work out for Nola Flight, but oh my gosh, what a save by Chilton. Gets everything out of that Fennec to be able to stretch it across the goal line. Now open net the other way. If Chilton can get a big send, goes for the half volley shot. Is it enough? Cable got off the back wall. Dangerous spot to be. PV can't make contact. Try to see if he can get just a soft touchdown. Shot is high. PV doesn't have the boost to go on it, though. A little doink the other way. Huevo's going to try and catch up to it. Not going to be able to block Chilton's touch, but Cable God prevents the ball from getting down in the Nola Flight zone. So now trying to clear. Chilton can't get it out of their end. Stopped by Huevos. Another touch. It's going to roll along the side wall, and Chilton having to avoid the demo here. PV off the ceiling. Little too fast to get the touch on it. Cable God, big pop. He's going to look for another one. Gets the pop over Chilton. Only one to beat now from PV. PV takes control. Has a wide range of things he can do here. Takes control of it. Gets the side flick, and that's going to be a 4-1 lead now. As we're starting to see a lot of solo opportunities come out for the Muffin Men. They're trying to stretch the defense from Nola Flight, and it is working to perfection. So at halftime, Muffin Men have a 4-1 lead. And can they continue the big offensive push? 4 goals, the most we've seen from one side so far in the series. Still plenty of game, though, for Nola Flight to try and bounce back. This one's going to hang out in the corner. Davey gets a touch, but can't get that to the corner the way he wanted to. Huevos is there for the block. And now off the back wall, Peavy's going to try and see if they can set something up. Cable God able to get the push on the 50, but loses that one big. Peavy had plenty of time to let Chilton respawn. Chilton gets the block. Double commit on the side of Nola Flight. Little to no boost for Huevos. Makes a big save. And one thing that I started to notice is boost management. You can see both sides. Many times we get onto the cards, you see there's low amounts of boost. And so if you're able to pick up a lot of these pads, try and get around, do work on the pathing, it can help pick up the pace of the gameplay. And that's what we've seen sometimes from the Muffin Men side. They've done a really good job of trying to maintain what they've got on their side of the field and maximize it. As you see Peavy able to break through the defense. Huevos having to take the long way around because he had no boost. It's going to lead to an easy goal the other way. So now 5-1 the score for the Muffin Men. And that is 5 unanswered goals since Nola Flight scored first. So kickoff. Chilton gets demoed for trying to get the ball downfield. Peavy has tons of space to work with. Tries to pop it up. Big save by Cable God. That is his 3rd here of the game, but gets punished for taking that one. Chilton starting to turn a little bit of a menace on the field. You see him going for demos all over. He's gotten quite a few at this point. Can't get that second touch, though, but they don't really need any more goals. It's all about just maintaining what they've got. But you still want to worry about momentum. You don't want to give up any unnecessary goals and give up any of that momentum to Nola Flight if you're on the Muffin Men, because momentum does play a big factor. If they can win this last minute with like 2 goals, 2 quick goals, that's really going to help build that confidence and get them rolling into game number 4. The Chilton has a look at an empty net. A little too eager to jump on that one. It's going to be wide of the net. Now with less than 30 seconds, Cable God can't get control, but Huevos is there. Gets a touch. Going to try and follow it up off the sidewall. Good pass the middle. Can Cable God stretch it? He tries, but misses it. And Peavy will punish Huevos for the play and trying to push up on offense. Now 10 seconds to go. Peavy's going to take this one up the wall. Just try and send it to kill the final few seconds. Huevos will pick up the ball into the corner, so we're just going to wait for it to hit the ground then at this point. It's going to stay alive for a little bit longer. Good little pop. Good pick up by Cable God. Tries to go for the solo play, and oh no. Oh! The crossbar coming out to make the save. I thought we were going to get a 6-1 scoreline. The crossbar says, no thanks. We will keep this one at 5-1. But this is a big swing in the series for the Muffin Men. After both games, 1 and 2 being 1-score games, this one, 5-1, just massive control from them. 10 shots to only 3 on the Nola Flight side. But the one thing that's interesting to me, you take a look at the Muffin Men. They scored 5 goals, not a single assist. Something that's a little rarer in twos. You usually see a lot of team plays or at least some setups to solo plays, but this one was a lot of they capitalized on mistakes. They caught the Nola Flight players jumping up too far. They were able to send deep balls downfield, get open looks, things like that. But a good thing on the Nola Flight side, it does show the defense when they were there, they were doing what they needed to. 10 shots, they had 5 saves. So every shot is accounted for. It's not like it was off the post here, it was off the post there. They had to make saves on every single shot that they didn't save. But that is a bright side here to take away. Even though it was a 5-1 game, that's a bright side to take away from Nola Flight. Your defense, whenever it was there, did what it was supposed to. Now they just need to focus on keeping those big long balls from happening where you get open looks on the Muffin Men's side. But early on here, we see Nola Flight getting aggressive, trying to see if they can get a quick goal. I think for the first time in the series, we haven't gotten a goal in the first 30 seconds. Can safely say that now as we cross the 4:30 mark. Cable God sends this one across. Huevos gets a demo. It's going to open up the net, and that is a beautiful play. And Cable God, I see you there. I saw you trying to sneak that goal. Didn't make contact, thankfully. Ground Huevos putting him some awesome work to empty out the net there and wins the race to it. So 1-0 start here for Nola Flight again. Now, can they hold on to this lead, unlike in game number 3? And just a reminder, all these series are best of 5, so the Muffin Men are on match point if they do manage to get the lead. But right now, Nola Flight, if this scoreline holds, they do survive to send it to game number 5. PV just waiting patiently. Oh, he almost was able to sneak that one behind the defense, but not able to that time. Big push here from both players of the Muffin Men. Thankfully, doesn't draw them out too far. It's going to drop down to Cable God. He's got some space and some time to work with. He's got a teammate in the mid. Tried to look to get that one across the middle, but unable to make contact. Now Chilton gets that push. It's going to be off. Send over to Cable God. Cable God misses contact. Now with PV, he's got Chilton waiting back in the wing. Cable God has the bump. Oh no. That was a massive bump to clear the net. And one thing that I'm really liking from the Muffin Man is the physical play. You saw PV. He looked at midfield, saw Chilton there, and realized that he was able to just absolutely send Cable God to be able to clear the net. Phenomenal teamwork. Phenomenal teamwork. And so here we go. Tied up 1 apiece. But the Muffin Men right back at work on the offense. Nola Flight needs to limit a lot of these offensive opportunities. Try and cut them off maybe a little bit sooner. A good bump here by Gran Huevos, but double commit as they both dive in to try and get on the ball. From the Nola Flight side, it leaves the net open. Huevos a race to it. Can't make contact. And that is just a communication error at that point. I mean, the fact that you get that double commit, you both dive in on the ball, you've got to clearly communicate who's going for the ball when, especially in twos when there's no extra defender to be back for it. It's a 2-1 lead now in favor of the Muffin Men. And we saw this in game number 3, where they started to really run away with things after they got that 2-1 lead. Chilton wins that 50. Oh, this could be dangerous. Gran Huevos, good control touch. It's open downfield if he can swing it. He gets around. Is it enough? No, what a save by Chilton. He rushes all the way back to make that stop and keeps this one at 2-1. A big touch here by Chilton. Can't get the transition. Oh, man, that would have been a phenomenal series of plays if they could have transitioned that massive save on one end to a goal on the other. But now the pace of play picking up here as urgency starting to step in a little bit for Nola Flight. 2-1 scoreline. If they lose this game, that is the series, and they'll take their first loss of the season. And it's going to be off the corner. Gran Huevos can't get this one out. But right to Cable God. He sends it the opposite way off the back wall. It's wide open if he can send it in. And that is free as can be. And so good touch there. Good setup to himself. That was just enough. That's all he needed to do. And so as we cross 2 minutes to go, this is anybody's game, looking a lot more like games 1 and 2, where they were 1-score games. What a clear downfield. Gran Huevos just going to wait. Cable God, good play there. Able to get that one past the defense. It's going to be in a tough spot for the Muffin Men to play, but that one just barely saved. Did not think PV made contact on it, but it's just enough to send it off the crossbar. Big 50. Here comes Cable God. Shot is going to go for that upper corner, but PV able to get there for the stop. Cable God going again. Tries to go for the pop and ends up getting underneath of it instead. And a big push here. Chilton trying to see if he can get that into the corner and pop it up for his teammate, but it's not able to get there. Cable God has control. And a good second touch sends this one really awkward for the Muffin Men. And you see, trying to figure out who's going to take the ball. You have one in net, one coming across the near post rotation. The crossbar makes the save. Cable God, though, able to follow it up. And that was almost a really bad situation had that not gone through. So Nola Flight in control now, 59 seconds to go. This is the spot they want to be in. They've got to keep the Muffin Men from getting the offense going, and they've done a pretty good job, I think, of negating the Muffin Men's offensive approach this game And they're right back on it here with Granhuevos getting the block. Can't get that one to drop down. But so far, here in Game 4, only 5 shots from the Muffin Men. So we've seen a bit of a total shift on things, because over on the NOLA Flight side, they currently have 9 shots after only getting a very few amount in the last game. Now at this point, 30 seconds to go. Cable God able to take control. Off the ceiling, never mind. Has second thoughts about it. Good idea by Granhuevos to just head back on this one. You don't want to overextend at this point if you are NOLA Flight. But oh no, Cable God, missed touch, thankfully gets back just in time. This one's going to be right to Chilton. Chilton has a shot, crossbar save. And now PV. Last ditch effort here. Can they send it to overtime? Ball is in the air. Can't make contact. Still alive. Oh no, it's alive. It's in the back of the net. No way. That is going to be a tied game. Wow. That 50-50 just launched the back of the net. Wow, what a way to send it to overtime. The end of regulation on a buzzer beater yet again. That is the second time we've ended regulation on a 0-second goal. And another 50 nonetheless, but oh no. Oh, what a save for Granhuevos. I thought that was over there. Cable God taking control. Can he take it all the way down? It's not going to be in the net. Good try, though, PV. Good save. Now NOLA Flight trying to see if they can send it to game number 5. It is golden goal, so first goal wins. Up here, off the back wall. Good touch by PV. They're going to stay in that corner, though. NOLA Flight looking to break through this defense. That defense kind of all over the place right now for the Muffin Men. Good push here. PV has an opportunity. If he can get a strong enough touch, it's a pop. It's going to be on target, but saved by Granhuevos. Big shot. Nice half volley there from Chilton for the bounce shot. Not able to break through defense. Good block by PV. They're looking for a bump. He gets one on Cable God, but no follow-up from Chilton. I don't think Chilton was quite sure if it was going to happen or not. And now Huevos takes out one. Can he set up the pass? It's there if he has it. Oh, it's off the post. The shot was there, but the post making another clutch save. So NOLA Flight just can't seem to catch a break. PV goes for the solo play. Can't get that one over Huevos. Gets bodied into the side wall. Big send. The doink! Cable God, what a doink to put in the back of the net. The redirect is amazing. 69 nice miles an hour. And with just an extra minute and a half on the clock, NOLA Flight is going to send this one to game number 5. Man, that was a lot of phenomenal plays there to end that one. But both teams putting everything they had on the line there. You could tell the Muffin Men wanted to end it there. NOLA Flight didn't want to get their first loss in game number 4. They want to take it all the way. Yes, one more game indeed. But my goodness, can we talk about those goals for a second? I mean, you have that doink there by Cable God to end it. Cable God, by the way, is popping off tonight. I mean, we saw the one dunk shot right in front of the net. We saw that there. He's had a phenomenal series here in week number 3. But then you look on the other side, that 50 to end regulation. I'm sitting here just watching. I wasn't sure if it was going to make it or if it was going to drop down, but that is just a phenomenal pinch to set yourself up in that position to be able to angle it right towards the net like that. I mean, you've got the whole field. You never know sometimes where they're going to head, but they set that one up beautifully. I mean, there's ways to set up a 50 to go in your favor, and the Muffin Men did just that, and it worked out to send it to OT. They just couldn't finish. So now here we go. Game 5. It's do or die at this point. One team's walking away, undefeated 3-0. The other is going to take their first series loss of the season. Who is it going to be? You guys have seen 4 games. What do you think in the chat? I've got no clue here in the booth. If I were to pick one, I would maybe say the Muffin Men, but it's going to be a tight one as they get on the board first. PV bouncing back after that overtime loss. And a good shot. Huevos just unable to get up to it in time. So 23 seconds off the clock, and we have a quick goal yet again in this series. Other than game number 4, I believe they've all been really quick scoring. PV goes for control, ends up taking the 50 instead. Cable God missing that one. Oh no! Oh, the hesitation gonna possibly come back to bite him. The double touch not gonna come through for Huevos. Cable God tries to get the shot. Not enough power on it. PV gets the save. Chilton downfield. Chilton has one to beat. Takes that 50. It's off the back wall and Huevos missed. It's an open net, but Cable God is there for it. Huevos makes the save. Here comes a shot from Chilton. Chilton trying to see if he can get that one through. Shoots it a bit wide, and so far this has been just not capitalizing on opportunities for the Muffin Men. Double touch doesn't get through for PV. Shot is saved by Huevos. He hits it right to him. But my goodness, this is a side of the Muffin Men we have not seen all series long. The amount of pace on the field is amazing. They are flying around at this is a whole new gear that we've seen out of them here in game number 5. But the problem is they've kicked up the pace, but they've lost the touch. They've had some phenomenal accuracy throughout games 1 through 4, but they've picked up the pace here in game number 5, and the shots are kind of all over the place. If you look at it, hitting crossbar, hitting wide, hitting the post. But we'll see if they can start to focus it in. Nola Flight getting their attempts here on target. Cable God takes control. Going to send this one around the side wall. And who's going to follow up the next touch? It's going to be Chilton. Big send towards the back wall. Cable God should be able to make a play on that. Instead, it's going to be Gran Huevos. It's going to come around the side. Oh, that is a big demo. He doesn't get the ball, but at least takes one player out to try and slow down this transition. A little bit of miscommunication from Nola Flight as they end up bumping into each other. Cable God, he's going to come down from the ceiling. He's tried this many times. Looks for the second touch. Doesn't come back to him. Gran Huevos, risky play here. Takes the 50. It's going to drop down wide of the net. Cable God going to look for the bump on Chilton. It's there. Crossbar down. It's not going to be on target, though. Another shot. Follow up by Cable God. What a save by Chilton right on the goal line. And so the Muffin Men holding on to this slim 1-0 lead as we cross halftime. Nola Flight still looking for one. Shot on target. Big save by Cable God to keep this to a 1-goal game. Gran Huevos, the hunt is on. Not going to get demo there. Thankfully, his eggs aren't cooked on that one. Chilton off the back wall. Huevos will take control of it. He's got some space to work with if he can get around PV. The pop, and it's saved by Chilton right on the crossbar. Cable God misses the touch. It's sitting there, prime real estate, but it is not going to go through for Nola Flight. And so just missed opportunities. They just can't seem to capitalize on what's given to them from Nola Flight. But now, a little bit of a mistake there from Huevos. It cost Cable God his car for a few moments. Off the back wall, risky play by Huevos. But thankfully, is going to be able to clear this aside for a moment. Big 50. It's set aside again. Here comes Cable God. Big pinch. It's going to bounce around, dropping down to the front of the net. PV should have a play on this. Good patience from Huevos as he's going to wait and see where that ball goes. Chilton clears it downfield. It's wide open, and PV's going to win the race to it. After all of that effort, so much going for the Nola Flight squad there in the past about minute and a half where they were really cooking on offense, just needed to find that little edge. Unfortunately, give up a second goal. So now minute 16, and that win is slowly going away from their grasp. But all it takes is just finding that extra inch or two to be able to get through this stonewall defense of the Muffin Men. They've had phenomenal setups and phenomenal plays. They just need to narrow that gap. Big send and a big goal here as we hit the 60-second mark. PV with a big flick. That had more power than you thought it would have. And it was just enough to get ahead of Huevos. Could we see our first shutout here of the series? That would be an unfortunate way to end here after such a phenomenal series from Nola Flight. PV's got control. Cable God tries to go for the bump. That's going to be pinched up into the ceiling. Chilton's going to try and take control of it. Can't get it out of his zone, though, as it's going to be double commit from Nola Flight, so nobody's in the mid. PV's taken out of the play. Can they send it on target? It's going to bounce back to the mid. PV gets bumped, and there it is. That's one. But they have 36 seconds left. Time is of the essence. That was some good pace there by Huevos to be able to at least get in there and get the shot. But now they've got to find 2 goals in 36 seconds. So here we go. The kickoff, not a good one here. It's going to be big save, though, by Cable God. This might set up a counterattack. Huevos is there. Can he get a big send? You've got less than 30 seconds when Cable God there for the shot. It's going to be just high. That was a great setup from Huevos. They're going to try again. This pretty much has to be a goal. Otherwise, they're not really going to have much of an opportunity to get a second. Cable God's going to send this one back to the mid. Huevos is going to try and dive in. Doesn't have a lot of boost to play with. Less than 10 to go. And now time is almost over. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is going to be it. Unfortunately, NOLA Flight unable to bounce back. They tried so hard. So many great opportunities. Just could not seem to find them when it mattered most. But overall, great series from both sides. If you're a NOLA Flight, nothing to be upset about with that one, because you put in everything you had trying to be able to take that series. I mean, you had so many good opportunities from the pinch plays, the bump plays. You had setups off the back wall, passing plays galore. So everything just seemed to be going in their favor, but it was just those couple opportunities they had they could not capitalize on. So we have one of the members from the Muffin Men here joining us, and it looks like we've got PV here in the booth. Am I saying that right? Is it PV?
Yeah, it's PV.
All right. Well, PV, congratulations on that win. That was a heck of a series. You guys went toe-to-toe all the way to the end, but you guys get to stay undefeated. How's that feel?
That's awesome. I mean, the jitters, the nerves, but we're grateful, man. It was a heck of a series.
Yeah, you guys put on quite a show. I mean, there were some phenomenal plays. I want to go back to, I think it was game number, was it 4 with the overtime?
Yeah.
And I know you guys lost that overtime, but what the play that sent it into overtime, I mean, it seemed like it was probably over. The ball's at midfield, just kind of floating around. And then all of a sudden, this pinch goal happens. What was your guys' emotions going through that?
My. On that goal, we were freaking out. We were screaming so loud, Discord wasn't picking up our mics. It was,
oh my gosh.
It was, honestly, it was chance. I mean, I don't know how much skill that goal was, but right place, right time kind of deal. I mean, we were tickled. That was awesome.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, 50-50s is always, there's always some luck involved, but hey, it's all about how you set the cars up as well. I mean, you guys set it up to be able to get a pinch at least somewhere on target, or at least that direction.
Right.
And like you said, yeah, some luck did come into play. I love that you guys just broke Discord, though, with how crazy you guys were going. That's awesome. So going into tonight, what was your guys' kind of approach? Because it seemed like at first you guys were kind of looking for long ball, but then like game 5, you just like sent everything at them.
Yeah, that's probably some of the jitters at first. We're kind of turning it over and doing long balls, giving away possession, just nerves. And then as we kind of settle in, we get more confident in our abilities, and we can keep possession, try to make some plays and keep pressure and things of that nature.
All right. Well, before we have you head on out here, PV, is there anybody you'd like to shout out? Anything you'd like to say to the crowd here? Anything?
I'll shout out to my teammate Chilton for that goal, that pinch goal to keep us in it, man. That was phenomenal. And our biggest cheerleader here, you'll see us in threes hopefully here shortly, is Buddha. He was in the Discord screaming with us, so.
That's awesome. Love to hear it. Well, we'll see. I guess we'll see you guys here in just a little bit then. So go get warmed up for some threes. And thank you for joining us here in the booth, PV.
Sounds good. Thanks for having us, man.
And no problem. Congrats on that win. So the Muffin Men, like we were just saying, staying undefeated with that Game 5 victory. And man, that was quite the series. Really excited to see what we've got coming up for our 10 o'clock matchup. So taking a look here at the 10 o'clock match, we're going to take a short break before that. But before we do, we've got NOLA Flight yet again. This time it's the Crimson Squad taking on Yeah No Problem. Both teams, like we've said, like before, undefeated. So we'll see who's going to come out and stay undefeated heading into week number 4. And like I've been saying, it's 3v3 tier 3. But before we head out, just want to say thank you again to our sponsors. We got League OS, who helps run this league. They provide all the overlays as well as the website hosting and help get everything organized with this. As well as a big shout out to Skill Quest. If you're looking to get into programming, be sure to check them out. They've got all sorts of different ways for you to get involved with competitions, with building your own bot, with Rocket League and everything like that. And they use the program Python, so you'll get very skilled in that. You don't have to have any experience to get started. They have everything for you. All you have to do is go check out their website, use the command !SkillQuest to go get started and start building your own bot today. So we're going to head on out. We'll be right back in about 10 minutes or so. So make sure you stick around for our final match of the night. It's going to be Nola Flight Crimson taking on Yeah, No Problem.